All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to an episode of Starjump Shipyard. It is all about the Idris today, start of Invictus launch week. Nice to see you all in chat. Hopefully, you're doing well. Bingo, just subscribe for 31 months in a row. Bingo, salute to you, buddy. Die Hard Starjump member. Proud to have him. It's going to play a big role in our org. So, yeah. Lady Space Patrol says, Grim, are you our expert? Can my Apollo fit inside the Idris? We could check it out. We could check it out in 3D. We could possibly look at that. We could. Although we may not even need 3D. We could possibly do that on Starjump Fleet Viewers, so we can take a look here in just a second. Hopefully everybody is well. Nice to see you all. We do have people piling in, which is great. I'm sure there's a lot of people streaming right now, getting ready for the launch of Invictus. Usually that starts around 11 a.m. Eastern, unless they've changed it this year. Chat, you can let me know, but usually it's 9 a.m. West Coast time, and so I think it's 11 a. Or no, it's 9 a.m. West Coast time, so it's 11 a.m. Eastern time. I'm terrible with time zones, but I'm pretty sure that's it. So it says at 12. It starts at 12 Eastern this year. Oh, okay, cool. There we go. So it starts in an hour. Okay. Well, we have some stuff we can do before that, and when 12 p.m. hits, we can see whatever comes with Invictus, so we'll check all that out. Where did it say it was starting at 12 p.m. Eastern, though? Maybe you can send me that link through DM or something on Discord. But you know what? We got some time, so we can take a look, actually. Real quick, everybody, do not forget we're raising money for St. Jude this year. That goes without saying. If you want to get in on that, all you need to do, let me grab my links here. All you got to do if you're over on YouTube is go to the Tiltify link pinned to the top of chat now. And if you're over on Twitch, obviously, it'll populate here with the Stream Elements thing there. You just go to that Tiltify link. You can donate towards several of the ships we have currently being raffled tonight on an episode of Starjump Station. Myself and Endro will be on there. We'll be going over all of day one Invictus stuff, giving our thoughts and all that. And we'll be giving away an Anvil Carrack with LTI, courtesy of GearCon. Big thanks to GearCon on that. So if you want to get in on that Anvil Carrack giveaway, you just need to donate towards the St. Jude Tiltify link that has been posted. It is a $50 donation. That $50 donation will get you a ticket for the Anvil Carrack, so make sure you get in on that one. And then on May 30th, we're giving away an RSI Polaris Corvette. Let's don't forget, even with all the Idris news, let's not forget about our beloved Polaris, still an amazing capital ship. That is a $100 donation towards St. Jude, towards sick kids and their family via that Tiltify link, and that gets you a raffle ticket for that Polaris giveaway. Okay. Oh, there's a countdown timer on the Invictus page. Okay, cool. That makes sense actually. Thank you very much. It starts an hour later than normal here. That's okay. We're at a good time period then. So make sure you donate. We have raised $16,790. I don't know if we'll make it to our ultimate goal of $20,000 this year, but I think we're doing really good. We've already surpassed what we wanted to do. So we're really, really happy. So big thanks to everybody. I do see some questions populating in chat. Sorry I'm missing them, but I will try to get back to them now. I do know the Idris is spawnable. We'll go check that out. Lifetime raise, by the way, $33,233 over the last couple of years. Big shout out Starjump Ender on that. And that accomplishment, but we're going to keep pushing this year. For the rest of May, we still have 15 days. We're going to try to get to $20,000, okay, which would be incredible. And we still have some good giveaways to do to sort of drum that up a bit. Some additional ship giveaways, obviously, with the Carrack, the Polaris, and I think there's one more in there, Super Hornet. But we also have some Starjump Challenge coins and some custom Fleet Viewer liveries that we're going to get to. So, in addition to that, let's go ahead. You know what? Let's just jump right into it, shall we? Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Now, one thing for those of you that don't know, in Starjump Fleet Viewer, if you spawn a ship, you can go to Idris, and there's an Idris hangar. You can click that, and that will give you the Idris hangar cutaway, which is really cool. Thank you. Actually, I did this one. So I moved to back. So you can kind of see the Apollo at its current scaling should fit. Now that gets a little trickier because you don't know the height and everything, but we can still sort of get that by selecting all, go into side view, clicking on this, moving it back. Let's zoom in here. So if the Apollo stays at its current size metric, it should fit. It should fit, Lady Space Patrol. So, but again, we don't totally know if it's going to stay at that size metric. We don't really know. The Apollo's being redone right now. Currently going through a gray box, I believe, is what they last said. So it could grow. I've long said that the Apollo could grow. I don't know if it will, but it could. It definitely could. We'll just have to wait and see on that. But yeah, it's very possible that it could. The only reason I think it will grow is because of ships like the Cuddy Red. I think CIG wants the Apollo to be a slight step above of that, so they may go a little bit bigger with it. I could see the Apollo, it's currently 43 meters. I could see it growing to like 48 meters or so, sort of like mole sized or Valkyrie sized, and so we'll have to see. We'll have to see where it lands. As you all know, the Aegis Idris frigate is now live in the verse for those that own it. I do own it, so we can jump in and check it out. I'm very eager to see it spawned. In about an hour, when Invictus launch week starts, we're going to get all the news, pricing on the new Greycat MTC, as well as the Idris. I'm very curious to see what the Idris price is. We're also, what I'm really curious about is I want to see what kits are available. So obviously the K kit will be sold. I have that, so we'll be able to equip that on the Idris. I'm not sure if that's available now. Maybe it is. We'll check. But I'm curious what other kits are available. Obviously, we saw leaks of the torpedo launcher, which I will bring some of that up now if you haven't seen it. I'm sure most of you have, though. But you know what? Why don't we start here? We're going to start with paints. There's some really cool paints with the Idris, so let's go ahead and move back over to our screen. So currently you're looking at the Beachhead paint. I really like this one, but it's my least favorite of the group, and that's because they did a great job about, regarding the paints. Argo says, is there any info on cargo capabilities of the Idris P, like what sizes box could fit? So no, and there's some question marks there, specifically related to this door. You see this door right here? This room is technically empty on the Idris P. Right now it's for a retractable here, this retractable missile launcher. And up front here is the cargo room for the Idris P, and there's a door that connects. We need to see if there's changes here. I think we'll learn more about that in today's Q&A, or in today's Behind the Ships. So this is the Beachhead paint. This is the Commando paint. I actually really like this one. This is one of my favorites. Inforunner says, God, you look like I feel, Starjump. Do I look bad? I feel great. I thought I looked good today. I thought I looked sexy. I put on a fresh shirt here. There's the Beachhead, or sorry, no, this is the Commando paint. I actually really like it. I thought they did a damn good job on that one. It gives me a lot of hope for the Perseus, because remember the Perseus has that like Thunder Cloud paint, or Thunder War Cloud, or Thunder War paint, whatever it's called. That's somewhat like this, so I'm excited. This is the Iron Core paint. Definitely going to pick this one up. Just like the look of it. It looks super aggressive. It actually looks a lot kind of, from a texture standpoint, looks very similar to sort of the new Idris exterior that will come later, I think. Exo Wolf says, question, how much do you think the price will go up on the Idris now that it's flyable? I'm not sure, but I'm suspecting it's going to go to $1,800. That's where I'm thinking. $1,800 for the Idris is what I'm thinking. Maybe $1,700 war bond, but somewhere around there. This is the Marauder paint. You get this paint with the Idris K kit, okay? So for those that didn't know, with the Idris K kit, you get this paint for free. So if you have the Idris K kit, you can look in your hangar right now on the website, and you should see the Marauder paint added to that pledge. So, yeah. Hey, VM, hope you're doing well, buddy. I'm going to call out some VMXEO stuff here in a bit. Here is the Execute paint. No, this is called the Night Break, but whenever I see this, I just think of Execute. It's got the red and all that kind of good stuff. Really cool paint. I would love some more red accents on it, though, than just these things. We'll have to look at that one a little bit more closely, but I would love a few more like red details on that one. But that's the Nightbreak paint. Sea Serpent. Oh, wait a minute. Is the Nightbreak paint the one that's coming to the Polaris too and a couple other ships like the Scorpius? It might be. I'll have to look. This might be a series of paints coming to a few ships. This is the Sea Serpent paint. Really like this one too, actually. This is the one that's pretty close to what we have in Starjump Fleet Viewer. By the way, everyone, for those wondering, VMXEO's in chat. Big salute to him. He's working on ships right now for Fleet Viewer. Now that he's got StarFab kind of up and running, we are churning through those. Starlet does have the Starlancer Max and Starlancer TAC, the new ones that she's going to integrate into Fleet Viewer. The Asgard, the Guardian, the Grey Cat MTC, those are coming. No ETA on that, but obviously we're going to push through them as quickly as we can. I do want to get some new renders done of the Idris, specifically the Idris P without the nose gun attachment, and then an Idris K with the laser beam attachment. That's going to take a little longer to do because it's a little bit more complicated, so bear with us on that. But Sea Serpent, really love that paint. And then Shark Tooth, this absolutely crazy texture right here. Kudos to CIG for doing something a little wild to sort of celebrate this big ship release. What do you guys think of this one? Pretty wild, right? The Kula says, do you think they will also sell the M variant? They never sell it during whole limited sales. That's a big question, Akula. I don't know. I'm currently thinking no. I'm currently thinking the Idris M will not be on sale today. It'll just be Idris P. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah. Yeah, the Shark has literally a freaking laser beam on its head. They went full hard in the paint on this one. So yeah, crazy. And then this is the Triton camo one. I really love this one too. Again, I think this one's going to be very similar to the Perseus's like War Cloud paint or whatever it's called. I thought they really knocked it out of the park with the Idris paints. The only one I'm not a big fan of is this one, and I do like it for the color. It's just a little lacking to me in its general feel. Now, like I wish I had a little bit more detailing here. For example, I wish the gun was a different texture, like black or something. And I think they could have just added a little bit more differentiation. You will notice on these that it says Idris M, and I do think that's new to the Idris series of ships. There's Idris M and now the Idris P, of course. So, Thundercloud. Thank you, Ray. Thank you. So yeah, those are the paints. Next thing here that we can look at, yes, everybody, we have about, how long do we have? How long do we have till Invictus? We have about 58 minutes. We are going to be here for when the Invictus starts, so going to be awesome. So here's something we're going to do. I thought about we should be doing some sort of thing today, right? It's the Idris day. The Idris is coming in the verse. That is not something that happens every single day, right? It's just not something that happens every day. And I think we need to do something to sort of celebrate it a bit. What do you all think? Should we do something to celebrate? Do you think we should do something to celebrate the Idris's launch? Do you think we should do some sort of giveaway? Let me know in chat. Max Skinny says, Starjump Grim, please go over how to name the ship for those who may not know. Yeah, that's a great thing. We will go over that. The Care Bears here says, yes. Max Skinny says, yep. Okay, I think we need to do something, right? We need to do something for a giveaway. It's not going to be an Idris giveaway, unfortunately, because you cannot gift them. They're over the gifting amount. Brett Lee just subscribed for 12 months in a row. Brett Lee, thank you very much for your subscription and your support. Everyone, thank you for following the channel, subscribing to the channel, thumbs upping the channel. Really appreciate it. Yeah, we need to do a giveaway. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a giveaway for this poster. I'm gonna pull it up. It is done by our amazing VMXEO, created the art. We're going to do a giveaway to celebrate the Idris's launch. This is a full cutaway of the interior of the Idris. Really, really cool. And by the way, everyone, I have solved our poster problems. We have a solid vendor now. They're awesome. They get the posters out. They can do international, all that good stuff. So big salute to VMXEO for popping out this amazing render last year of the Idris M. It is really sexy. It's got the StarFab logo up there. Oops, there we go. Oh, I can't zoom out enough, but there we go. We got the StarFab logo, Starjump Fleet Viewer logo. It's really cool. If you've ever been to an event where Starjump has a booth, like Equinox or something like that, we've had these posters on site. Again, you got VMXEO's logo down there and my logo there, sort of framing it out. Really cool poster. So here's how we're going to do that, okay? If you are on Twitch, all you need to do is do exclamation ticket or exclamation ticket space max. Okay, that's all you got to do. Now, if you're on YouTube, all you've got to do is I'm going to replace our Tiltify link for a short bit of time here. And you just got to go to this video, which is my Aegis cinematic. You just go there, you leave a comment, okay? I will then do a drawing. I'll pull a random comment from that YouTube channel that was placed today, and I will pick the Stream Elements winner, and I will put you both on a wheel of names. We'll spin the wheel of names. Whoever wins will win this Idris poster celebrating the Idris's launch today. Again, very excited. Big shout out, by the way, we got a great cow today, 200 over on YouTube. And 65 on Twitch, which is incredible. Again, do not forget, if you're on YouTube, to hit the subscribe button, do the thumbs up, all that good stuff. And if you're on Twitch, do not forget to follow the channel. We're going to have coverage of Invictus throughout. Not every day, by the way. We're going to be doing coverage like every few days. Again, with the change in how Invictus is set up this year, that obviously leads to us being able to cover it a little differently. So Miss Nova, thank you for that follow. Appreciate you. So yes, there is the giveaway. Everybody get in on that while you can. I will remind everybody here. Let me respond to, yes, I can for sure. Okay, cool. Stefan, if you're on YouTube, there is a link pinned to the top of chat. You just go to that link, you leave a message, you leave a comment on that video. It's a Starjump video, it's an Aegis cinematic. You just go to that video, you leave a comment, hi, hello, goodbye, you're handsome, whatever. You just leave any comment you want. Try to keep it positive. And I will random pick a comment from today off that YouTube video using Comment Shark, which can pull a random comment. So that's how we're going to do it. Unfortunately, that's the only way I know of to do YouTube giveaways. Unfortunately, because Stream Elements is currently tied to YouTube, although I just had an idea that I could create another Stream Elements. I'm going to do that in the future. That's actually really smart. Damn it. I just thought of a great idea. Anyways, let's go ahead and go into... Bear with me. We got some time. We are going to see what the stuff for Invictus is this year. Don't worry. We're going to be here for the launch here. 1 second. So what I thought we could do in the meantime is continue to go through some of this Idris stuff. Again, we'll pull up the poster here some more in just a bit. I want to go over a few more of these Idris things. For those that had not seen the K kit, this is the big size 10 Exodus, Hurston Dynamics Exodus laser beam. So it is hugely phallic and pretty cool looking. I will say I was hoping for more of the tall rectangular design of the mass driver weapon, but more just maybe more high tech. I don't know how much I love this. It's okay. But again, that really doesn't matter when you just consider how awesome the effect is, which if you have not seen that, I will go ahead and pull that up now. Let me bring that over. There it is, everybody. Does this have sound? I don't know why this one doesn't play, but you can see the laser beam weapon there. Really, really cool. It's got some nice little animations too. I love when the laser kicks. This metal cylinder here kind of pushes back from the force of it. So I really like that a lot. I think they did a great job on the beam itself. I'm just a little iffy on like the weapon design. Looking at the beam though, I think we could go ahead and look at the trailer. I know most of you have seen this, but we should watch it. We should watch it. Here we go.
Patience. It's not passive. Not idle. It's quiet preparation. Sharpened intention. Resolute. To watch and wait. So, you hold against haste, beyond fear, because you trust. From that quiet, your moment will come.
There it is. That's your command. May 15th. Today's the day, everybody. Today is the day. So yeah, very cool. Obviously, a long time coming. We've seen some other stuff. So there's the Idris K. There's the beam weapon. There is, of course, the missile turret up front here. Seeing that in action. This is on the front nose mount, which we've. This one is the one. Is this the same missile launcher we saw on the show floor? Because it looks a little different. See how this one is 4 across, 4 across, 2 down? On the show floor, we saw this one, which is 2 across and 4 down. So it's like the opposite. I wonder if these rotate. That's odd, right? Because it's different. This is slightly different setup than this. It's almost like they're flipped. I'll be really interested to see about that. Maybe Execute knows something I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to ask Execute about that. I think he knows a lot more about the Idris history than I do. But I'm really excited for beam weapons in general. I would love to see some beam weapons come to other ships in the game. I'm wondering though if the power draw on them is so big that it requires a big ship, but we'll have to see. Starjump Grim, people with the M and K kit may want to wait before swapping the beam laser onto it to see if there's any bug reports about the same bug from the Hornet causing weapons to disappear after swapping. Yeah, I mean that's always a good bit of advice. I mean, whenever these new ships come out, there's always a period of time where it can be a little sketchy. You know, you don't really know how it's all going to work out. Hopefully, we're mostly bug free, but you never know. You never know. So there's the missile launcher. What else do we have? We had. I think that's mostly one. Oh, so a couple things that were kind of interesting. Let me bring this back up. This is of a Gladius Valiant being hit, or sorry, Gladius being hit with the beam, and it kills the Gladius in about 2 or 3 seconds. So you can see how powerful the beam is against small ships like that. You can see the ship, and boom, beam, 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 dead. You know what I mean? So really quick there. Again, this is a size 10 weapon, a size 10 sustained DPS weapon. So this is sort of what I expected, but it is no joke. If that beam is painted, you do not want to fly into it, right? You really don't want to fly into it. Hey, everyone coming to chat. Salute to you. Hope you are well. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Exo Wolf says, do you think we'll have more capital ships closer to a lease than CAG are letting on, like the Kraken? No, I think they've got a lot coming on board already, and there's several capitals in development, so I think they're going to continue at pace. I do think we're going to see ships faster in general, and that does include capitals. I think CAG's really getting into a rhythm, and I'll show a little bit of why I suspect that. Here is the beam against a hammerhead. Obviously, it doesn't kill the hammerhead. Hammerhead's got is a large ship, but you can see it's starting to damage the hammerhead there. Oops, sorry everybody. You can see the damage occurring on the ship's surface. No, Tony, not quite yet. In about a little less than an hour, though, the first wave will hit. There it is. Beam hits it again and destroys. So kind of interesting. One thing I will say, actually, let's go to that real quick, everybody, because there may be some people curious about that. Did I have the let's see here. Let me pull that up. So for everyone who's curious, the limited ship hulls, right, that start with the Idris, those will start literally when Idris, when the Invictus launch week starts. So the first wave will hit. That is in 45 minutes. So if you're trying to grab an Idris P or a Javelin in about 44 minutes, you need to be F5 refreshing on those pages to try to grab one. Very, very important.
Thank you.
Oh, we just had our first donation of the stream. Anonymous with a $60 donation for a new toy for the hospital plays areas. Thank you very much, Anonymous. Salute to you, kicking off the donations. Will we get to 17,000 today, everybody? It is very possible, thanks to your generosity. So thank you very, very much. Appreciate that. I want to also send out a thank you to the Dutch Oven for a $100 donation. I think that one came in after the stream, but that's incredible. Thank you very much, the Dutch Oven, if you're watching this. Let's see here. So the waves will start as soon as Invictus launch week goes live, and then 8 hours after that, there'll be another wave, and 8 hours after that, there'll be another wave. I don't have those times up right now, but the only one you need to really pay attention to for the moment is the one that's going to happen in about 44, 43 minutes. Now, here's a little bit of a pro tip. Start F5ing, refreshing that page, about 30 seconds before universal time clocks on the web say that the time is coming up. And then if you can still get it in your cart, so if you can click that add to cart button, but then when you go to purchase it in your cart, it's sold out, keep it in your cart. Do not remove it from your cart. Leave it in your cart, because that way, when the next wave comes, just go right to your cart and buy immediately. And it will up your chances of getting it drastically because it's still in your cart. It won't leave your cart just because it sells out. You just won't be able to purchase it until the next wave. Okay? Yeah, we don't know the price increases. I think we're all a bit curious about that. I will be very excited to talk to my good buddy Execute about that. I know he's probably pretty curious as well. I'm sure there's a lot of discussions happening on, and in their own channel regarding that. So we'll have to see what those prices end up being. But what I do know is I would be shocked if it didn't go up. I mean, it's just natural that it would go up, right? So I think everyone can probably expect that it will. Okay. Now, I don't want to say sources here because different people talk to different developers and get information. But I have seen evidence from someone of a conversation, and it seemed to suggest that the new exterior to the Idris, the one that I've showed many, many times from the Squadron 42 gameplay trailer, that one is coming to us, but will probably come later at like Squadron's launch or something like that. Okay, but it will come later. For those of you that have looked at the exterior or the Idris model in any sort of detail, have probably noticed issues, and that is because it is kind of an old model that they really haven't, or sorry, an old exterior that they really haven't updated much because internally they've got a new exterior. So just a heads up on that. Again, I'm not going to reveal who, what, said what, keeping that private because it was shared with me in confidence, but I've been saying for the last few weeks now that new exterior will be coming to us. I fully expected that, and that does seem to be the case. It's just not going to come today. Okay, I think John Crew will speak to that on tomorrow's All Ships Q&A. So tomorrow there is an All Ships Q&A coming. John Crew, probably be John Crew, Ben Curtis, maybe some others, and I think they'll address that. I think they will go ahead and talk a little bit about that. So I think this answer will be answered, or sorry, this question will be answered very soon. But it's just something to keep in mind that we will get new exteriors. What I think would be really cool is if they allowed you to choose which exterior wanted. You could either have the legacy one or the new one. Ultimately, though, I think CIG wants to move to the new one because the old one does have issues, and we may pop open the game right now to take a look at that. Okay. Let's go ahead and I'm going to launch the game here. We've got a little bit of time. We've got, let's see here. We've got 41 minutes. Perfect amount of time to go into the game and check a few things out. What do you all say? Should we do that? Should we go check out the Idris on the floor? Or in the hangar, I guess. In the hangar. Let's do it. I'm going to switch over. Let me go ahead and get my monitors set up. 90% it'll be an all Idris Q&A. Maybe. You know, someone was asking about other ships. I'll join you to Starjump. Yes, please do, VM. I will jump down into stream chat. Feel free to join me in there. But yes, so hey Gundert, hope you well. Salute to you. So there's a lot of ships in development right now. That's the thing. Is I think capital ship releases will get faster for sure, but there is VM, send me a party invite when you can. I'm gonna join the verse. Actually, let me see. Where is Joran still on? We'll jump into Joran's server. I don't know if the Idris will not be a limited hull on the website. I do think once it's in game and you can earn and earn rep in like Star Citizen 1.0, I don't think it'll be limited in any way. You'll just be able to earn to it. But on the website, I think it's going to be limited for a long time. So there's still a lot of ships in development, some pretty large ships too. And CIG is a little, there's some gray area there in what they consider capital and not capital. But you got to remember, the Ironclad is in development. The Perseus is in development. The Pioneer is in development. And Ethelric 54, thank you for the follow, sending the old javelin over him. So there's still ships that are big ships in development. The Pioneer obviously not coming this year, but I think for all intents and purposes, we all feel that the Perseus and the Ironclad are both coming this year. So that's two more big 100-meter plus ships coming to the game. So there you go. But then after that, for everything we've heard from John Crew, and I think he'll talk a little bit about this on the All Ships Q&A because they know how big of a deal it is. The idea is that the Kraken will move into pre-production by the end of this year. Essentially what pre-production means, by the way, for those that get a little confused about those different states, pre-production essentially means, and they talked about this with the Polaris, when the Polaris went into pre-production. It essentially is the time period where they... Simplay SG, thank you for that follow. Salute to you. It is essentially where they start assembling the team, or at least the project leads on that particular ship project. They start assessing what they have from a kit standpoint. They sort of start pulling together all the puzzle pieces they need to build this thing. They do a concept reassessment. Can we see the Idris up there? Can't really see it. It's too foggy. I think it's up there though. But yeah, so they sort of get like a full reassessment done of the ship. They'll probably do another interior concept pass, figure out all the rooms and stuff. It's before the ship fully moves into white box. In a way, it could still sort of be considered an extended concept phase, but from the sound of it, it's pretty critical to understand the internal layout of the ship, especially the internal layout of the ship. So, if the Kraken is indeed moving into that phase, then you may be asking, well, when's the soonest we would see the Kraken? I think the soonest we would see the Kraken, and this is if CIG literally like put some big efforts behind it. The soonest we would see it would be end of next year. Ultimately, though, that may be a little too soon for the ship. It's probably 2027. Now, here's the thing. Finger says Kraken, no polys have been created. It's so here's how that's both true and not true. So no real work has gone on with the flight ready version of the Kraken. That is true. But what has happened, and it's very, very important, is there is an exterior model. It's a cinematic model, concept model. Only this one, unlike other concept models, has been VMXEO's in chat. Hey VM, hope you're well, bud. Can you hear me? Hopefully VM can hear me.
Stand clear.
But the concept mesh for the Kraken, or the cinematic mesh, it has been optimized for the game engine. It does, you can be loaded up in the game engine, the Cry engine, or Star engine, I guess I should say, and it works, it functions, everything, but it will almost definitely get a new pass on it. I know some people were concerned the Kraken was going to be fully reconcepted. Don't worry, it's going to look like the Kraken. They're not going to change the look of it. But the other thing, and VM XEO, and who's in chat with me right now, can maybe even attest this a little bit. They have kits now in the game files that contain, they're essentially manufacturer kits, and they could be gantryways, stairways, corridors, stuff like that. And when the Kraken does move into production, I would imagine they would leverage the Drake kit, which currently shows some ironclad parts and pieces in it. They would leverage that to build the Kraken out faster. But remember, it's a 270 meter long ship. It's still going to take a while. So, VM, are you in my server? I can't hear VM if he's talking. VM is muted. VM, you are muted if you're talking to me. I am going to see. Max Skinny says, I think the BMM is a lost cause for now. I just think it's going to be a while before they get back to it. Well, first off, the whole shop gameplay stuff isn't online yet. So I think that and the privateer are still a ways away until that gameplay comes online. All right, going to Starjump Grimm's hangar. VMXEO is in chat, but is currently muted. But when he's unmuted, he can come to my hangar. We'll join up in a party here. You know, the modularity with the Kraken. So here's another thing I think they need to do. I think they just really need to make it to where they talked a little bit about this at CitizenCon, but the ability to put your own furniture, decor, items, sim pods, all that kind of crap into a cargo grid, lock it into place with the decorator mode. Remember, they talked about the ship decorator mode being a thing. They talked about it with base building, but they did say that it would apply to ships as well. If they can make it to where, like, just in certain rooms, there's my party invite. VM, I have selected it. Let me know when. VMXEO is 14 kilometers away. We'll let VM get here.
I don't know if you can hear me. I am currently playing my other favorite game, which is called What Did Windows Update Do to My Audio?
Yeah, I can hear you now. VM, maybe you can speak to it a little bit. So, you take small dips into the files occasionally, and there's essentially these manufacturer kits now, right? There's one for Drake, MISC, RSI, I believe. And these things contain parts and pieces now that look like they can be used across a manufacturer's line. I mean, I guess that's what we're sort of surmising, right?
Yeah, so I did notice them. I haven't had a chance to poke around with a little bit, but
Yeah.
it kind of makes sense that if you have a ship production pipeline, you kind of want those common elements more readily available.
Yeah.
So you can keep those common design elements there. It's a little bit easier for whoever's building it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll
So,
have to see how that
I mean,
progresses. But
it could go
Rakehead,
into
I
really
know a bunch
helping.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It could go into really helping some of these big ships when you think of the Kraken, or even if, like, with Misk, you think of, like, the Odyssey when they eventually move on to that. These kits could be a big deal. So,
Yeah, so, yeah, we'll have to see what develops. There was a few in there that kind of raised my eyebrows, like Consolidated Outline I noticed. Had a bunch of common kit parts. And
that's
they're
interesting.
working on the Pioneer and possibly a rumored upcoming ship.
Yep. And, we saw a Consolidated Outline, or at least we're damn sure it was a Consolidated Outline ship. There's the Idris coming out of the hangar floor. Oh, my God, it's massive.
I'm on the way to you, by the way.
Nice, nice. But we've seen some Consolidated Outline ships in the Squadron 42 vertical slice from like a year or two ago. So it's very possible there's other kit parts they can pull from. So,
actually, I am very interested to see what the Squadron 42 looks like, some sort of bulk carrier, how that's going to turn out.
yeah. I mean, I'm just very excited to see what what ships are in Squadron 42 that we've not seen before. You know what I mean? Because I think there's still some surprises in there. There it is, everybody. The Aegis Idris frigate spawned in a hangar. For those curious if, the Idris and Kraken and all that, Pioneer would fit in a hangar. Yes, they do. The extra large hangars, I believe, are 285 meters long, I believe. And the largest of those ships is the Kraken at 270. So they do fit. It is tight. But there you go.
Grim, are you going to get the shark paint for it?
I'm getting all the paints for it, man. They're all good. I like them all. It's just going to be scary however much they are. RPG fan just cheered 100 bits. Thank you very much. Victor Khan, thank you for the follow. Sending the old javelin overhead. The next big monster to hopefully come to the verse. The question is, when will the javelin come? We don't know. Who knows? Maybe it's further along than we know. We did get some additional information about the javelin, though. Real quick, everybody. You can see up into these landing gear wells how just kind of like, let's be honest, kind of janky the texture looks. Hey, thank you for that follow, Tokan.
That looks like the damage mesh, actually.
It kind of does look like the damage mesh. But remember, everyone, the exterior of this version of the Idris, CIG has probably moved away from for quite a while now. They've got the new exterior. So I saw someone walking around it earlier, and I think it was in this... God, this thing's huge, ain't it, VM? I think it was back in one of these... Oh, yeah, right here. And this little indentation back here by these thrusters, there's a weird texture glitch. It actually looks like part of the damage mesh maybe sticking through the model. You're going to see issues like this. Azran, thank you for that follow. You're going to see little issues like that. That straight up is just because they've sort of moved on from this exterior.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, it's. I think they've got it polished up for release, but when they get that new exterior, it's going to be quite a bit more developed than this. What's going to be interesting to see is if it affects things like the ramp and some of the more movable parts, landing gears. I have a feeling it doesn't. I feel like it's mostly just exterior static mesh stuff. But let's go ahead and open the back ramp VM. Let's go ahead and do it. Here's the ramp access here. Kind of interesting place for it. I kind of do wish they would put the ramp access buttons for the Polaris and this ship on the landing gear, but maybe that's tricky to have the button interaction be on a movable piece of geometry.
You know, for as much as players spend on these ships, they should come with a little key fob with remote
They should,
entry.
yeah. Man, this ramp is
The
big.
little chirp of the alarm, you know, when you
Yeah.
open the door.
Here's another reason why, personally, I don't know what you think, VM. This is another reason why I think these, again, are just old exteriors that CIG hasn't touched in a while, because like the ramp sort of takes on one of the primary color textures. When CIG doesn't really do that anymore, the ramp is sort of like bare metal sort of stuff. So again, you don't get much texture variation. It's why the railgun on the Idris M takes on whatever color the paint is, instead of just saying the black and grays that it normally would be. So again, I think we'll see that change eventually. But it is cool to get the old exterior just to be able to enjoy it a little bit, because we've seen it so much.
I don't know how the engine handles it. A lot of the external pieces, if they will inherit the paint scheme. So I want to say the ramp, like some ships have like an exterior piece of the ramp and an interior piece of the ramp. This is probably just one solid external piece that inherits the paint job.
Yeah. There's our air shield, by the way. You will be able to have the ramp open and breathe in here, I do believe. If I remember correctly, we have...
This is just so cool.
Yeah, it is amazing. You know what we should have did? We should actually put this back down and just spawn a fighter real quick and park it in here.
I tell you what, we should spawn a fighter and we should spawn an MPUV.
We should. Let's go out. Let's send this back down. Let me bring a fighter up, and we can bring an MPUV up. Low Mojo says VM's quiet. Let me pump VM's volume up here a little bit. Here, bear with me.
My audio settings were very weird.
It's good. I just turned you up because I have that channel turned down a little bit.
I'll now whisper everything. This is now an ASMR Star Citizen stream.
Exactly. So, you know, they showed that new torpedo launcher. Let's send this back down. They showed that new torpedo launcher mount for the nose spinal section, and that thing is going to be able to carry 20 size 12 torpedoes. That is insane. Now, here's my thinking. If that is going to be a separate kit, so we have the K kit with the beam weapon. If that's going to be a separate kit, right? Say it's the T kit or whatever. It's very possible that kit could be just as expensive as the K kit, somewhere around $250. So I just want everyone to remember that even though we've seen evidence of this torpedo launcher, it could be pricey. We do not know. But everyone, we're at 25 minutes until the start of Invictus launch week.
And I just want to point out, whether you choose no nose gun, laser nose gun, or torpedo nose gun, that the laser nose gun is still going to be the coolest no matter what.
That is true. You know what? And I was saying that for a long time. I was like, come on, it's a giant laser beam. All right, I'm going to bring up this ship. Now I'm going to bring up the Mark II Hornet. That'll be a nice ship to throw in there. Let me grab that. God, I wish you could bring up multiple ships at a time.
Soon.
VM, when this comes up, will you mind taking off and moving it? I know we're in the hangar that doesn't have a lot of storage, so you may even have to just like fly it way up in the air.
About to say we should go land somewhere, but we're on our court. There is no place to land.
Yeah. This is the one where it's a little tricky. Yeah, someone just said, North just said, that's saying the K kit doesn't go up either. Yeah, I mean, 100%, it could go up. And someone was asking, wait, it just says torpedoes. Yes, you can see it here. I'm going to bring it up. This is the torpedo mount, which is another option that came out in the leak files. It's able to fire, it's able to carry 20 size 12 torpedoes, which is like true insanity. Here's the video of it. Bear with me, everybody. I'll bring this up where we can see it. Here we go. There is the torpedo mount. Let me back it up. Again, those are size 12 torpedoes. Size 12. Remember, the Polaris carries size 10. Size 10. Okay, we'll let VM take off in the Hornet. Hornet, or VM, I don't know if you'll be able to park it anywhere. This one doesn't really have good side parking, but see if you can. If you can't, just may have to fly it very high and off to a corner for a minute.
I'm going to take it to the top of the hangar.
Okay, cool.
See if you can recall the. Well, let me take it to the top corner, actually.
Yeah, yeah, I would do it the top corner. Do you want me to try to pull up an MPUV?
Yeah, the MPUV should fit.
Oh, one thing I noticed is I have an MPUV personal and a cargo, and I think one of those might have come with the Idris. Does one come with it? I don't know. All right, you ready?
I'm ready as I'm going to be.
I'm retrieving it. Let's see if this works.
There are citizens, so this might work, and then I'll still get killed by the elevator.
Yeah. Let's see here. It says you'll despawn. Let's hope you don't. Let's hope you don't. He's off in the corner. We'll see. We'll see. Unfortunately, we have to wait for the big XL hangar doors to do their thing. Quinn says passengers for the Idris, cargoes for the Javelin. Okay, cool. I got the Javelin and the Idris, so that makes sense. Okay. Let's see. Size 12 probably is useless as size 10 anyway. So here's the thing. The whole torpedo effectiveness thing right now, that's going to change 1,000 times over. Remember, like any weapon or gun, never buy a ship based off the current weapons and how they function. It's going to change more and more and more. Saints, thank you for the follow. We still got a long way to go on how weapons are ultimately going to work. Okay, the MPUV, I think I can just move off, and then I'll bring the Idris back up.
Yeah. Now, look, we've talked about this. We were going over the MPUV for reasons, diving into some of it. The tractor brings along the MPUV tractor brings along a lot of updates to the base MPUVs that looks like they're slowly getting integrated in.
Oh, cool.
There's a lot of little hidden features that look like they're not activated yet, so I'm curious to see.
Oh, interesting. Oh, this looks a little different.
Found, like, for instance, retractable console up in the front that pops
cool.
from the little sides. The MPV even has cup holders.
That is cool. So just getting dressed up overall, then.
I'm hoping that in the near future we'll probably see some more of these little things come in and implemented in and come into the passenger and cargo MPUVs.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yes, there is a ramp on the back of the Idris, whoever asked that. Yes. Let me move this bad boy over as far as I can get it. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oops, let me rearrange here. Stand by, everybody. Okay, alright, let's get out of here and let's bring the Idris back up. Says here, could we test the Argo Raft too? Yeah, we possibly. We'll see on timing here, because the Invictus website's going to launch here shortly, and we'll want to go through what those deals are. I'm very curious on the cost of certain things. All right, VM, bringing up the Idris.
All right, this is either going to work or fail badly.
Yep, it's either going to work or it's not going to work, people.
So I'm a little curious. Someone made the comment about testing the Argo Raft.
I don't think the raft will fit.
By the way, new cargo grid on it.
I have, yeah. It made me get I actually melted my E1, Spirit E1, which is not in the game yet. I just melted that and I got my raft back because I really love the new cargo grid on it, and I wanted an Argo ship.
It works very well, and especially with the tractor being gated to the back. So
yeah.
You know how much I love Argo.
Oh yeah, I mean I love it too. And I just was sort of waiting for that Argo ship that was going to be like my Argo ship, you know. Max Skinny says, Starjump Graham, is there an elevator entrance or just the ramps? Just the ramps. Just the ramps.
Just the ramps.
Yep. All right, everyone stand by. We're waiting on it to grab the Idris here.
Unless you count, getting on the MPUV personnel and going up to the hangar. That's like an elevator?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, it's the Idris is one of those ships that's really meant as, in all the capitals, and CIG just really addressed this again not too long ago. I think it was John Crew talking about how they're really not meant to be on the ground much. I mean, they're really supposed to be flying in space. That's where they operate on. All right, VM.
MD235 mentions the RAF being a callback to the Space 1999 Eagle. He is 100% correct. I think Gavin has talked about how much of a Space 1999 fan he is.
Oh, cool.
It also has Tron Recognizer
It does, yeah. Yeah.
influence as well.
By the way, everyone, Gavin Rothery, the concept designer on the Raft and many other ships, including the Kraken. Worked a little bit on the Aegis Idris as well from his post the other day. Ramp is coming down. VM, feel free to maneuver to the back here and be the first to land a ship in this Idris. I will bring the Argo MPUV into the main hangar. We don't have access underneath right now, I don't think, right? Because of the... Oh, actually, we might be able to fly it underneath here.
I think is the back ramp open?
The front's... Or the back's open. The back's definitely open.
Let me come up, John. I made the mistake of hanging out near the front.
Let's see. There are going to be a lot of solo Idrises around, but I guarantee you if you go out with your friends in an Idris, you're going to have a blast. You're going to have a blast. But, you know, you should be able to fly a ship solo. You should just not be able to do it very well. I'm fully behind that. I think that's totally fine. There is VM bringing a Mark II Hornet into the hangar bay. That turret there on the back is kind of like right in the way. Yeah, a little higher. Oh, there he comes. He's through.
Don't be awkward. Don't be awkward.
Doing good. You're doing real good. Nice, smooth landing.
Mouse and keyboard. This is, I think, the best we're going to get.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all. He's moved up towards the front, everybody, and we are down. Still plenty of room. Boy, you could pack a lot of Hornets in here. There you go, everybody.
Three light craft? Yeah, 3 light craft.
Yeah. Yeah, but you could definitely squeeze, I don't know, quite a few Hornets in here.
How many Furies? That's the real question.
That's the real question, and I don't know. I don't know.
Why get quadruple the number of Furies?
Yeah, yeah. All right, do you know how to get to the Argo hangar?
I
do.
I think I do.
Okay.
Let me go.
Yeah, it's down there, and when you go into that main little area there, there's like a little door, a stairway, yeah, or ladder. Maybe you can open that door. I'll fly the Argo up underneath there gently. This might not work. I can come up, and then you can close the floor because I don't think they have the mounting system working.
Hey, Grim, I gotta show you something.
Okay.
This is new.
Yeah.
Okay, hangar doors open.
Yeah.
Bring her on up.
Okay.
First of all, I just want to say how much I love bottom hangars. I know they're impractical to get in and out of, but this...
In space, though, as long as you have someone controlling the door, working that console, it could be pretty convenient, right?
Yeah, and there is what looks to be, at least art concept-wise, some sort of mount for the Argo MPUV to lock into on the top. I don't think it's
Am I high enough?
good. Up close, exterior. And yeah, I think we're locked.
Okay, I'm bouncing around a little bit. Let me get out, see what's going on here.
It's a little nervous. This whole area around here, I believe this is this little nook and whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I think this is new.
I think so too.
I just remember the doors being in here before.
Yeah, this is cool. I'll see. Are the engines interacting with the ceiling? Did I park it the wrong way? I think it's supposed to be a little bit forward. Let me try that. Let me go a little bit forward so it doesn't slowly destroy the Idris. Okay, this is going to be dangerous. This is going to be dangerous, everyone. I may be stuck. Can you open the door again? I got to go down and forward a little bit.
You want me to reopen the hangar doors?
Yeah, open the hangar doors. Okay, let me, oh, good. All right, let's oh god, nope, 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 nope. Boy, oh gosh, oh boy, oh boy. It
It's
is.
like,
All right, try closing it now. Oh nope, I'm
I'm
slipping.
going to do it, but I don't think you're going to make it because I can tell you're lower landing.
Yeah, it's dangerous. It's dangerous.
I
That
think
is.
you need to go back, not forward.
Oh, back. Gotcha. Okay, let's try it. I'm a little discombobulated, everyone. Bear with me. Let me get her straightened back up. It wouldn't shock me if on the new exterior this has been revised a little bit. All right, how's it look now?
A nose down. This is as good as you can, honest.
Say again.
I'm going to close it.
All right,
Closing
close.
it.
Okay. So, oh wait a minute. It's still bouncing.
I'm going to be honest. We're clipping ever so slightly. Let me get a screenshot of this.
Yeah, CIG will have to adjust. I think we'll have to put.
I am wondering if with the update to the MPUV design, if those back legs
Are going to be a little shorter.
Ever so lightly, and they're now clipping because it's clipping, but not by much.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if in the new Idris they actually fix that a little bit, or the new exterior. All right, open the door one more time. Let me fly it into the main hangar so we don't get some sort of explosion or something.
I'd be curious to see if the MPUV-T has the same issue, being that that's the new. I don't think it's officially called Gold Standard, but it's the latest and greatest.
The tractor one, right?
Geometry.
And it could be something as simple as like maybe the hydraulics on the legs aren't as extended or something. You know what I mean?
It's funny you mention that because I think I'm noticing when you go in, you hit the ceiling and your landing gear toes are still poking down.
Right. It's like it might just be like a hydraulic. It might just be an animation thing.
Be it too.
Okay, we're coming in the main hangar here. We'll land in landing space 2, which is a little bigger than the others. Also keyboard and mousing it right now. There we go.
Forgot about the gravity room over here. That's looking nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Was there a turret access down here somewhere?
No? I thought there was. I'm gonna go up to the bridge real quick. Every great captain needs to go to the bridge. Chat, this is a special day because remember, whether you own the Idris or not, whether you're excited for, and by the way, real quick before I go into that, you'll see here on the back of the staircase we do have relay access. So again, this ship does have engineering ready to go in it as soon as they flip that switch. And most of the exterior apparently has not changed much, but what I heard was that most did not change. I have a feeling that that Argo hangar has changed. I really do. I think they made it a little bit taller.
Especially if it's going to end up in Squadron 42.
Yeah.
Yeah. They probably would have figured that out.
Yeah. I have a feeling in Squadron 42, any sequence where the MPUV is landing in that hangar is probably like semi-automated. Okay, there's the front of the ship. Oh, did I pass the bridge? Let me go. Let's see here. Let me go all the way back. It's a big ship, everybody.
Having to use the dedicated bay for a specific ship, and you still have to put it in the main hangar. Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Real question is how many Furies can we get down there?
That is the real question, and that would require a lot of Furies to even try. So bridge is this way? Okay, yeah, come through here. We'll go upstairs, and then we'll have bridge access through this. Taking us upstairs, you can see out the windows here. You can see the front of the Idris, back of the Idris. But you come up this, go through this blast door, and that will take you to the bridge proper. All these console seats are for external remote turrets. We do have an elevator here that can go down a deck as well as to the escape pod. And then here is our bridge area. Hollow globes not activated. I really can't wait for hollow globes just because it's going to look cool for them to be sitting there in the middle like that. And then all of our seats. Captain seat, pilot seat right here in the upper left. I do love these bigger Aegis consoles. I kind of wish the Polaris had that, to be quite honest with you. But, you know, it's just one of those things.
I am noticing, we're talking about Idris updates, they updated all the signage throughout.
I noticed that too, yeah.
So before it had the older style Aegis signage, and
Yeah.
it's a little newer, a little crisper, and easier to read.
Body Gaming, thank you for that follow. Appreciate that. Yeah, on the flip side, I was walking through the Polaris yesterday, and I noticed some of its decals on its interior are bugged out in weird ways. But we do know we're getting a pretty extensive, from what I've heard, a pretty extensive interior pass on the Polaris where they're really going to juice it up. What I've heard on the grapevine is that it's not just going to be adding a few details. I've heard it's going to get a pretty extensive interior polish. And that's exciting because that ship deserves it. It's a really sharp ship. But here's the bridge area, everyone, of the Idris frigate. You can see out over the front of the ship, which is really, really cool. I can't wait to see what people do with this ship.
Feature.
Say again?
I just want to confirm one other, because I know this will factor into some of you, everyone's buying decisions. The mess hall does have a coffee maker.
Oh, nice. Nice. A working coffee maker?
No.
Okay. Well, you just killed it. You know what? Take the ship back out of production. Take it back out of flight ready status. Just not going to work. This ship's just got a killer bridge, man.
This is going to be a great...
machinima and RP ship. Yeah. I can't wait to see the videos and stuff people make with this ship. This is also just going to really... I mean, pretty much everything we do in the game now is going to be different, like jump towns and events. I mean, now you're going to have the Hathor gameplay with this thing in play. You know what I mean? It's just going to be crazy. And here's the thing. We need this. I know there's a lot of people, I've seen some people say, oh, this thing's going to throw the whole balance of the game up. Well, we need that because capital ships are part of this game, and they need to start testing where they're problematic, where they're good, all that stuff. You can see the PDCs out here, by the way, everyone mounted on the ship.
Someone was asking about the door on the far side of the bridge. I believe this is an elevator, and the elevator goes through to an escape pod, if I remember.
It does, yeah. And the escape pod is ejected out of the back of the bridge section. This is actually the escape pod here. This door can be opened. They don't have a port for it now, but you will be able to open this, and this goes to an escape pod back there. It's like a big escape pod, like on the, what do you call it, the 890 jump.
MPUV personnel carrier that you just had, actually. That is
the
escape pod.
That is the escape pod. That was on the MPUV, yep. And this can go, this elevator can go down to the main deck, which we can take now. I actually like the lighting effects when it moves, which is kind of nice. I like
That's
the light.
very Star Trek, old, classic.
Yeah, I love that.
Star Trek elevator effects.
I love that. 5 minutes, by the way, until Invictus is live. And then it comes to this back area. These doors can open, and then this goes back out to that main deck of the ship. So, pretty cool. VM here in just a second. I'm going to switch over to go to the website and go through that. Did you want, if you're wanting to fly this thing, I can let you take off in it if you want.
I to be honest, we're hitting about noon, and the halls are going to be open. I very much need to want to check out what's over there.
That is true. Very true.
And I'm going to need at least 5 minutes to figure out how to get off of this ship.
I just went to and I just fell out of the ship. I'm actually now on the exterior of the ship. I'm doing some maintenance work. I found my way. I'm now spelunking on the Idris. I'll probably fall to my death. Nope. Oh, yep, I fell. This is going to hurt. I hurt myself a little bit, not terribly.
Bay, right?
Say what?
You did set your respawn to the med bay here.
I did not, but we are at my home location, so it can't be that bad. There it is, everybody. It is a massive ship, though. Absolutely massive. Really, really cool. Let me swing over here. I'm going to leave that up. We're going to stay in game, but I am going to swing over. I'm going to swing over to my left monitor again here. We're now down to 3 minutes on Invictus. Hopefully everyone is excited. I'm really excited to see the cost of the MTC. Really excited to see the Idris K stuff. I'm sure there'll be some videos to watch here. So yeah, here we go. Here we go, everybody. We're hanging in there. We are currently at 2 minutes left. Everybody, warm your wallets up. You know how this works. This is Invictus. Just like IAE and CitizenCon, it is a time for new stuff, new shinies. If you're one of those people that is against the selling of ships, this is not your day. So get your F5 ready, by the way. If you, are going after an Idris or Javelin, the whole series wave or whole limited waves are about to start. Get ready for that. Stop watching the stream. Get your F5 on. Really appreciate it. Everyone, don't forget to do exclamation ticket, or if you're over on YouTube, click the link pinned to the top of chat. Leave a comment on that video. We'll do an Idris poster giveaway. Big thanks to VM for doing that render. What downsides do I see of the Idris? Logistics. Yeah, it's big. It requires. Oh, thank you. Someone. Let me switch over. Who bought? Bear with me. Bear with me. Let's see. Who bought? Someone just bought tickets. Oh no, you're okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're buying tickets. So the downsides are going to be like if you're in World of Warcraft and there's a raid going on and you're the raid organizer, it's going to be about organizing the ship, getting everyone organized, getting everyone assigned a position, operating it to its extreme in terms of its like efficacy, right? Its lethality. To be able to do that, will require a lot of organization, a lot of logistical support. You're going to have fighters in the hangar, all that. So I think for the orgs that can operate an Idris to its like true capacity, it's going to be all about organization, logistics. Very much how a B game. Thank you for the follow. Very much how a big raid in an MMO or something is. 100%. Okay, here we go. We are just waiting. Good luck on your F5 war, everybody. I'm sure the website may ground to a halt. We'll see. Let's go over here. We're just waiting for Aegis and Greycat to launch for the day. We'll probably be picking up a few things. We already have the whole limited ships, though. So we are just waiting for things to kick off here. And let me swing over. I'm juggling a lot of windows, everybody. Bear with me. Bear with me. Yep. Just waiting for things to click over. It should be any minute. You know what? I need to move some windows here.
By the way, Graham, I am making my way over to the convention center right now.
Cool. Awesome.
Okay, so
do it. I'll have your live report from the convention center.
I will have hot takes.
We'll have VM's hot takes, everybody. Don't forget, everybody, we're going to do a full coverage tonight on Starjump Station. We're going to really break down everything, be able to think about all this stuff a little bit longer, and give a little bit more nuanced feedback. So, yeah. Here we go. Here is the page up, still showing 404. Give it just a minute, everybody. They do have the top banner up, nice and bold, which is great. Red Marine says it's live now, which is great. We're just waiting for it to click over. Bear with me. Just waiting for it to click over. This is let's go to the main page here, see if it's showing up there. Getting 404. Yeah, it's Idris is $1,900. Is that what it's saying? Oh, wow.
How much for the Idris pack?
Here we go. Idris P and MTC. All right, we're looking at it, people. We're going to jump right into Idris P. We're not messing around with the Greycat MTC just yet. We're going to go to the Idris P's page. We're going to see what we're looking at here. Here it is, everybody. The store page for the Idris P, which is really cool, the transmission page. The Idris Peacekeeper. A limited number of Idris frigates are available to Chairman's Club members only. That's interesting. So if you're Chairman's Club, your concierge, you can actually, there's some opened up for you as well. That is cool. Some new stills. Love that. trailer that we saw. There's an Idris tour thing here. It talks about the weapons here, which dual size 5s, 2 times size 4, 2 times size 5, size 2 PDCs, laser PDCs times 6, and then there's 5 empty PDC hardpoints that you are going to be able to customize. That's cool. 1,326 SCU in the hangar and cargo bay, 48 additional SCU in the additional cargo room, 302 SCU cargo, so 1,326 SCU total.
Thank you.
Mootkins, thank you for the $25 St. Jude donation. Mootkins, you're amazing. Oh boy, North is saying the K kit is now, or 420 for the T kit. Wow, that's more expensive than I thought. Here's the paints. We saw these factory standard Shark Tooth, Commando Camo, Beachhead, Marauder, which you should get with the K kit, Nightbreak, and the standard. Aftermarket kits. Okay, there we go, everyone. We heard of the K kit that comes with the laser beam, and then there's the Idris T kit. Okay, we're going to look at those in just a second. We are going to go back up to those. Then they have a page here for the Idris M. Oh, there's 6 waves for the Idris M. Am I correct on that? Now, when they say a limited number of Idris frigates are open to Chairman's Club, I'm assuming that means Idris P. I would assume. So, Warbond 1,500 for the Idris P. Idris K kit is now 300. That's his credit. So the K kit is 250 Warbond, 300 credit, or the Idris T kit is $350 Warbond, $420 credit. That is crazy for just one for the T kit. But hey, you want to fire those size 12 missiles? It's gonna cost you. Okay. There is the paints, $25 a paint, or for the Shark Tooth paint. That one's a little bit of a premium. Beachhead paints 20, Commando camos 25. It's interesting that they're different prices. Oh, okay. So the Idris P only has 3 different paints. I'm very confused on the paints here. I thought there was more that we saw. So there's the Shark Tooth, the Beachhead, and the Commando. And then we got the Marauder and the base paint, obviously. Because the K kit here, let's look at the K kit. So the K kit comes with the Idris Marauder paint. Oh, you know what? I bet the T kit comes with a paint too. Yep, it comes with the Nightbreak paint. That's exactly what I was thinking. Okay. So each one of those kits, you get a different thing. Interesting. Okay, interesting. We're in some new territory here, folks. Expensive. So to get all those paints, it's actually a collection of kits and paint packs. So the paint pack, the 3 paint pack is what? $59. Okay. Let's add that to cart because I do want the paints. Nope, let's go back. Yeah, pretty pricey for that T kit, huh? Let's look at the T kit a little bit more detailed. Actually, let me bring it up and go down. Let's take a look at the T kit real quick. I thought I could click on. Nope, it just goes down here. Okay, gotta go to more info here. So it has the HMF T12 Hammerfall torpedo launcher, IFR BC7 turret, PDS turrets out the wazoo, and the Nightbreak paint. Size 7 front ballistic turret. Oh, that IFR BC7 is a size 7 dual turret for the nose. That is interesting. Wow. What does everyone think of that? Zeta says there's videos. Well, the good thing is, everybody, we have YouTube, and we're going over to it right now. It's time to watch some videos. We have an Invictus trailer and an Idris trailer, or an Idris video. Oh, the Idris video is 9 minutes long. Let's do,
Speak bloody.
there's Nathan Dearsley. We haven't seen him in a while. Let's watch this trailer first, everybody.
Alone. We are worlds apart. But together, we are an empire formed by purpose.
Oh, this is a nice
To
trailer here.
live, to thrive,
You'll like this one.
to fight. Our enemies adapt in the chaos. Threats are shifting and ever-changing. And new challenges emerge to try us and tear us apart. Unpredictable are our battles. Unrelenting is our fight. But no matter the forces against us, we will prevail. We rise as one, and together, we hold our ground with everything that we have.
Starlancer attack,
Now
Idris.
is the time to unite in purpose.
There we go. Someone was saying, are ships up for sale during the event just on the ships tab, or is there a special location? So I usually go to the ship page.
What is the Idris?
Speak
Here we go. 9-minute video on the Aegis Idris. I'm real excited for this one, everybody.
bloody spaceship. The Idris for me was almost like the second stepping stone of 100% belief that we could make this project a reality. We took the concept off Ryan Church many, many years ago. I think it was one of the first ones that got developed for the game. Huge undertaking across the board.
Oh, I will,
And
North.
When I
I will.
first saw that taking off in that demo with the crew on board, it was a true sort of like, okay, we can do this, we can deliver on the promise that Chris had envisioned, you know, several years before.
The Idris is a frigate used by the UAE Navy, but it was also available to civilians in a sort of wide range of specifications.
It's one of the more sought after ships that people have wanted to use in the universe for just one of the longest times at this point.
It has enough crew and provisions on board to support long duration patrols. It has plenty of armament
Oh,
to
that
defend
shark
itself
paint's so
and
awesome.
attack aggressors. And
So cool.
hangars on board for a wide range of ships. There are multiple versions of the Idris, the most popular being the Idris P, the P standing for Peacekeeper. This is the civilianized version of the Idris.
I think they're going to talk about that exterior.
It trades some of the prior military assets for increased cargo storage. At its core, it is essentially a flying hangar with all the crew facilities around that.
What's very good at, though, is killing things.
It starts with a front upper manned turret, which is size 5. This is swappable, which we'll talk about in a bit. Then there are 7 additional size 5 turrets spread across the top and bottom of the ship.
These are perfect for dealing with mid-sized targets and give you fantastic coverage across the whole ship from all the different angles they could approach you from.
Whilst they are lasers by default, you can swap them to a wide variety of other weapons in the game.
But that's not all the firepower that the ship has to offer. It also has 4 remote turrets, which are size 4, which are a little bit better at dealing with more agile fighters.
So at this point in the game, you are looking at having a minimum of 12 people on an Idris P to fully crew just the weapons.
So make sure you've got plenty of friends to tag along.
Obviously, flying a ship this big with this much armament makes yourself a big target, and for that reason, the Idris comes with 11 point defense system hardpoints. These are the exact same point
11
defense system
PDCs.
weapons that you've seen on ships like the Polaris and 890 Jump. For those of you lucky enough to have an Idris M, it comes with a number of key differences that improve the Idris P. Primarily, it comes with a size 10 railgun, default equipped on the nose.
Now, anyone that's taken part in any of the Idris missions and been unlucky enough to fly past it just as that shot goes off, you all know how devastating that can be when it hits.
The upper front turret is upgunned to a size 7 turret.
Oh,
The cargo room is replaced by the missile launcher, and it has increased armor over the base Idris P. But it
Bigger
does
armor.
lose the lower rear man turret for all these other changes, so it's not perfect.
I like the differences between the
For
two.
those Idris P owners who want a bit more bite to their Idris and missed out on getting an Idris M, we do offer 2 ways to sort of improve your Idris P. The Idris K kit and the Idris T kit.
This is a kit. It's not a whole Idris.
They are simply Idris M's or P's with additional items swapped out in their loadout.
It's parts. I can't... The amount of times
Because it often gets confused, and it has been over the years.
that I've had to remind people there isn't an Idris K.
There is no such thing as an Idris T variant.
It's an aftermarket kit. Anyway,
The Idris K kit comes with a bunch of new items that can be applied to the Idris. Primarily, there is the size 10 laser beam that goes in place of
Oh,
the
that
railgun.
beam weapon is so good.
the beam is one of the first real beam weapons.
so
that I've added
good.
to the game. Obviously, you've got the mining laser, but this is an actual weaponized version of it. And if anything gets in its way, it's gonna quickly wish that it hadn't. The next item in the kit is a size 7 manned missile turret.
Oh, it's cool.
Which replaces the front turret of the Idris.
Damn, that is cool.
It also comes with 5 additional PDS weapon systems to help fill the additional slots on the P, and a cool black and red paint. The new Idris T kit is a companion to the K kit, and it sort of takes
Here's the
your
torpedo
Idris
kit.
in a less weapon focus and putting it into more of a torpedo and ordnance focus.
So the first thing is a new nose-mounted weapon. A set of size 12 torpedoes, a total of 20 of them, that fire out of 4 fire ports. Now obviously, that's a lot of torpedoes. And for anyone that watched one of our more recent Citizen Cons, here's a message back for Elwyn. F*** the Polaris.
The views and opinions of Mark Gibson do not represent those of Cloud Imperium Games, Roberts Space Industries, or its subsidiaries. They do represent Jared Huckabee's, though.
The top turret is an alternate size 7 bespoke ballistic cannon turret.
Which is going to add some serious firepower.
That's cool. I love that it came with
The
that
last
big
piece
ballistic
is
turret. Wow, that's
5
cool.
additional PDS
That is
systems.
cool.
These ones fire missiles rather than energy weapons.
In addition to that, this also comes with another unique skin you've never seen before.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that big size 7 ballistic gun. That
If you
thing
look
is
at
cool.
the layout of the ship, including the exterior from the top down, there is no space conserved. It's packed. One of the most impressive spaces on the Idris is the main hangar. This is the center of operations. It's where you come and go, where you land your ship. You've
Look at all those
everything
arrows.
You need plenty of space. You can see space for offboarding cargo. It's got ramps for bringing in and out of equipment. The bridge is quite special. I like the fact that it's almost a sort of glass house in space, full views all the way around. You have this sense of importance, like you're commanding the vessel.
RSI makes the Perseus, Johnny. RSI.
The corridors, they're like the connective tissue
It
of the
has
ship.
dual size 8
Bold, they have a
Medusa
really distinct
turrets on
profile
it.
to them.
Big gunship.
You've got these white, clean floors that you could imagine some janitor kind of polishing up constantly. It really feels believable. The mess hall is quite municipal, quite utilitarian. It's not the most extravagant space. I just like how tangible it is. The bunks have a very strong nautical, almost submariner type feel to them.
Everyone, pause it real quick here. If you're on YouTube, you can go to the link pinned to the top of chat. Okay, you can go to that. It is all right. My Aegis cinematic. You can leave a comment there. Okay, you can leave a comment on that video. And if you're on Twitch, you can do !ticket or !ticket space max, and that will get you entered to win this poster that I'm going to give away at the end of this stream. This is an Aegis Idris M cutaway poster. Really, really cool. So make sure you get in on that. All right, let's continue.
Another space I really enjoy is the engine room. It feels like a nuclear reactor.
So cool.
The theme with the ship is everything is functional and military. You get the impression that everything was designed for a purpose and space was at a premium.
The Idris has been a ship people have been waiting for ages, and it means something
Base
different
paint
to
looks great.
everyone, and how everyone's going to use it is really down to them.
So, what's the deal here? I thought we weren't going to release this until Squadron came out.
As
Here we go.
Squadron has developed, and the Idris has been in the PU in various guises for quite some time now, it's been quite clear internally that the two versions are very different things now. And it's not going to be a spoiler for Squadron. Now, even after this ship releases, it's still going to evolve further.
We've still got lots in the pipe that we want to bring to the ship for Squadron, and hopefully it will trickle through to you guys in the PU as and when we're ready to release it.
So now we're really excited to release the Idris to the PU, and it's going to make lots of people super happy that it is finally here in the game.
We couldn't do it without the teams across the board. Artists, VFX artists, lighting artists, physics, code, narrative. There's so many departments and people involved in bringing such a beast to life. Yeah, it's a big undertaking, so congrats.
I noticed that too, Zach, that the Idris in the PU does not have VTOL. I could not rotate the engines. That is something I noticed as well. That could be a bug, though. That could be a bug. There we go, everybody. You heard them say it. They talked there about things coming to the Idris at a later date, which I think is something we all expected. So, you know, again, some of that could be the Squadron 42. It could be the exterior, could be more kits. So we'll have to see. But coming along with Invictus here, there's UE training exercises, so I think you can get a cool t-shirt when you do that. There's the Hunt the Polaris event, which is also really cool. You can tour the Idris. There's an Invictus treasure hunt going along in the hall. I know, VM, you were in the hall. You can actually look around under tables and chairs and stuff. There could be scripts there for both the Mercenary and the other guild, whatever the other one is.
I am in the hall. I have found 2 mercenary scripts so far.
Nice, because you can turn those
and
into
a
Wicklow.
copy.
So, yeah. Gilly's Training School, of course, and other things. They do have patch bundles. This is for the Vanguard series. Really cool paints for this one. There's the True Valor patch bundle, which is, I guess, a paint, and the armor set and gun. Yep, that is what it is. Probably can go on any Vanguard. There is the Clawed Steel, the New Dawn, and that's it. Pretty cool. Those are some wild paints, by the way. Really wild paints. In addition to that, we have introducing flight blades. Finally, we got the flight blade information. The current ships that can equip the flight blades are the Gladius series, the Avenger series, the Redeemer, the Scorpius series, Argo MPUV, Anvil Arrow, Anvil Pisces, and Aegis Hammerhead. Really interesting there. I think it'll be expanded out to more ships soon. They did say that they're working on turret blades next. These are avionics blades. But we can, you can read through all about this in this comm link. It's interesting. It says here, someone asked, will flight blades be available to purchase in game stores? This is interesting. Let's see here. Let me go. Let's see. So these flight blades are focusing on speed and maneuverability. So this is going to be big for dogfighters. I've talked a little bit about this in the past. These are sort of the least interesting blades for me personally. I'm going to be more interested in the stuff that can allow you to control turrets and all that kind of stuff. By the way, big shout out to everyone showing up today. We have 539 on YouTube. That's probably the most I've ever had on YouTube watching at one time. So thank you very much, my YouTube community. Please hit follow on the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up on the video. It goes a long way with the algorithm. I've been having the algorithm punish me pretty bad lately. I don't know why. So any support there is greatly appreciated. For those of you watching, we are doing a St. Jude giveaway. You can see up there on the screen. We have raised, at the top there, we have raised $16,875 for the month of April and a little bit of May here. It's been going fantastic. If you want to donate, go to the Tiltify link there. It'll pop up in chat. You can donate. We have 2 raffles going on. We have later tonight, if you donate $50 towards that Tiltify link, it'll give you a ticket to an Anvil Carrack with LTI that we're giving away. Big thanks to GearCom for that one. And if you donate $100 to that Tiltify link, you get a ticket for an RSI Polaris Corvette with LTI. Also, big thanks to GearCon for that one. So get in on those while you can. Again, we're giving away the Anvil Carrick tonight. So get your tickets for that one now if you're wanting to have a chance at winning an Anvil Carrick for only a $50 donation towards sick kids and their families. So again, this money does not come to Starjump, by the way. I want to make that very clear. It's 100% pass through. So when you donate to Tiltify, it goes to St. Jude. It does not come to Starjump at all. We don't get to touch it. We have no control over it. You donate, it goes straight to sick kids and their families. So thank you very much for your generosity. Okay. Back to the Idris page. We saw this earlier. Again, I'm going to have to go through this with a fine-tooth comb. There's probably a few things I may want to melt out of my current fleet to be able to pick up the T-kit. I already have the K-kit. T-kit was a big surprise. I mean, that was a big surprise, and it comes with a pretty hefty price tag. Again, there are 6 waves you can get in on. So, bingo, I missed your message earlier. I didn't know if you were able to snag one. But if you didn't, it does look like there's 6 opportunities to. And remember, people, if you get it in your cart, okay, if you get the Aegis Idris in your cart, do not take it out of your cart. Leave it in there because the next wave, you'll be that much faster in getting it. Okay, you'll be that much faster in getting it. Okay. Next, let's go to the Greycat MTC page. I need to reload it. We watched this behind the ships. Let's go. I'm just closing some windows here. People got a lot of windows open. Why is the Greycat page not opening? Let me reload it. Doesn't seem to be opening. Let's try again from here. Okay, the Greycat MTC page is not loading for me. Don't know why. Is it loading for anyone else?
No Greycat for you.
No Greycat for me. It's I expected that. A Greycat video though? Is there great? Oh, they did the behind the ships already. The Greycat, that's right. Cool. So, what does everyone think about that? What does everyone think of the price of this stuff? You know, the thing with these big capital ships, and I'm sure the case will be the same thing will be going on with the Pioneer, with the Kraken. With any of those big ships, the ships are expensive. We all know that, right? It looks like the new war bond or the new credit price of this is what, 1900? Did it go back to 1900? Let's check. Let's go down to the prices real quick here. So the Idris, oh yeah, so it's showing now $1,900 for the credit version of the Idris, $1,500 for the war bond. I think that. Was that the same price, or did they go up, or was it $1,300 war bond before? I think I said 1,800 or 1,900 earlier. These ships are expensive. You know what I mean? This money that you're paying goes towards the development of the game. If you believe in the game, you want to see it come to fruition. That may be worth it to you. Everyone has different dollars available to them. If you don't want to do that and you want to make this a goal in game, make it a goal in game. It's a perfect goal in game. Remember, you are going to be able to earn this thing in game. They've already said that you're going to be able to earn Idris M's in game through reputation, in Star Citizen 1.0. They have said that. I'm sure it's going to be a big grind, but you are going to be able to earn an Idris M eventually in game. Okay. There's plenty of people with Idrises right now. I'm sure a lot of them will not mind you taking theirs for a spin. If you want to borrow them, you do not have to spend the money to get one if it's not financially feasible for you. Again, go ahead.
If you don't have an Idris, if you'd like an Idris, I'm sure a lot of orgs will have at least one person on the org supporting an Idris.
Oh yeah, and they need crew members.
In an org.
Yeah, and they need crew members, and I think what you'll find if you've primarily played Star Citizen from the perspective of a single player, you're in your fighter or you're in your mining ship doing your thing. And I did that for a long time. Then I had a moment where it was actually you were involved with this VM where we all got on a reclaimer and we went out salvaging.
Yeah.
It was a chill experience. It was just salvaging. It wasn't like any crazy action happening. But just having 4 people on a ship, 4 or 5 people on a ship, all working together on the same goal, no matter what your crew position was, it really was I say this in different games where there's like this moment where a switch flips, right? It's like this magic moment. And different games have them in different ways, right? For Arma 3, for example, it's the first time you do a mission where you have to go through pre-planning, insertion, execution, and extraction. And you see that full loop that exists in a combined arms gameplay scenario. The flip, that switch flips for you. And for Star Citizen, it really is multi-crew gaming. Give it a try if you've never tried it before, even if you think you wouldn't like it. Trust me, people want people to be crewed on their ship. They want that. And you can be a turret operator. You can just be managing, hangar access in and out. You can be working that hangar console down there, opening the door and stuff for fighters. But just being part of it, I think you might find it's kind of a switch flip moment for you, and it really changes the game and what the game possibly could be in the future. Okay. And again, one thing you'll all know, I've said this many, many times. I am never trying to sell you on ships. I really don't care if you buy ships or not. The money isn't going to me, so why would I care? But what I will say is, your own wallet flexibility, right? If you can get one, try to get one. If you can't, there's plenty of people in game that have them that'll be happy to loan them to you. Need crew members. Again, in a lot of the bigger orgs, you can already bet that they're planning operations with the Idris now. Okay, maybe you do want to fly your single seat ship and be able to land in the hangar. You know what I mean? And do that kind of stuff. Again, what we're going to see with the Idris, I think, and we saw a little bit of it with the Polaris, we're going to see just more complex operations go on with orgs, and it's going to be really exciting. New Soul Sound says, someone please loan him $2,000 for an Idris. He'll pay you back tomorrow. It's New Soul. He's good for it. We know that. So once again, everybody, 6 waves for the Idris starting today. So there's going to be multiple opportunities to try to land an Idris if you want one. Really cool to see the different variants here. We have the Idris M, the Idris K, the Idris P, the Idris T. I know they said they're not variants, but let's be honest. Once you outfit them, it essentially becomes a variant at that point. I know if there are any CIG people watching, they'll just be shaking their heads because I'm saying something that literally the developer said the opposite of just a second ago. But it is what it is. Actually, real quick too, big shout out to the CIG ship team. It's a lot of work to bring these monsters on. Yeah. And, obviously I call out John Crew and Ben Curtis a lot just because we see them a lot. I've messaged them before. They sent me a great video message before that was really awesome. Thank you, Execute, for arranging that. But do not forget Nathan Dearsley, another great one. I mean, going all the way back to the capital ship, the big guns of the UEE video that focuses on the Javelin, Idris, and Bengal. He was the one speaking towards the Idris, and he's had a heavy hand in it. People like Gavin Rothery, all the freelancers out there, all the internal people at CIG. I saw there was a new assistant art director or associate art director they interviewed for the Idris video. I've already forgot his name, but again, big shout out to all those ship team members. It's just really cool.
If I can interject, I know with the Starlancer attack, and I think even a few of the other videos, remember the Starlancer attack, especially some new junior ship members did showing off some of their work, did some amazing jobs. So I know those teams have expanded. They've got a lot of new people on board. They're doing awesome work, and I think that deserves a special shout out.
Yeah, absolutely. So, again, it's just a big shout out to all of them for the hard work they do. Because you got to remember too, for those of you not aware, yes, they're dealing with the ships that are going on sales for events like this. But as John Crow stated in the past, they're managing the entire ship line, including all the ships from Squadron. And there's a lot of ships in Squadron we don't even know about, including Vandal ships, big, massive capitals in the form of the Bengals and the variants of that. They're actually managing a lot of ships. And not only that, but they're handling gameplay features that have to do with ships, right? So resource management, Maelstrom, all that. John Cruz spoke to that, and it's a big load. That is a big lift. Okay, so if you've ever wondered why, my ship isn't out yet, I've been waiting a lot. They're doing a lot. That's the thing. For example, I mean, we have the Pioneer that's also in development right now, in active development. That Pioneer's is actually bigger than the Idris, if you can believe that. The Pioneer is
Pioneer's gonna
243
be
or
awesome.
53 meters long, 253 meters long. Um, and it's a complicated ship. And again, so just be understanding of that. I know some people are probably a little salty at the moment because maybe they missed out on the first wave. Don't worry, just keep trying. There's 6 waves here. Yes, it's going to be popular, but remember, this ship will be back on sale for CitizenCon and IAE again. You'll have another opportunity to get it, and then it's just going to get easier to get this ship, by the way, each big sales event that comes along, because people will have had access to it, and it's not the big new thing. Some additional things again coming. You'll be able to get flight blades. There is a new bomb weapon rack, or a new bomb rack weapon kit on the store page. We'll have to look at that. That's really cool. I guess you can be able to put bombs on the outside of the ship. That's going to be really cool. So does that turn every ship into a bomber? I don't know how that works. Chat, maybe you can illuminate me on that. Where?
That.
Say again.
There's been some questions about that, whether those can replace existing weapon, missile racks, or how that's going to work. So
yeah, and like where on, like, is it for all ships?
I'm hoping we get like a component update soon, talking about this,
Yeah.
aids, and what other plans they have.
By the way, the Grey Cat,
Sure.
the Grey Cat website page just does not work for me. Oh, and now it works for me because I said it didn't work for me. Okay, stand by, everybody. We're going to take a look. Grey Cat MTC. Let's see what the price is. $50. And there's some the same Invictus stuff. So $50 for the MTC. Is that War Bond? So War Bond's $45 and the regular's $50. Obviously some paints for it. The paints look pretty cool. I like the MTC. I think it's really interesting. I just don't think this is the variant for me. I think I'm going to wait for whatever the next variant they come out with for the Grey Cat vehicle. If it's called, it won't be called the MTC, but I think it'll still be this platform, just called something different. Yeah,
I think we've talked a little bit about this vehicle offline.
Yeah.
Very much a feel like it might have been originally intended to be an industrial support vehicle.
Yeah.
They repurposed a version for military and
kind of repurpose. Yeah. And what that could mean is we could very well see another variant of this at IAE or CitizenCon. Real quick, Hudson Ox says, Grim, simply open the bomb racks page. Where are the bomb racks located? Is it ship upgrades?
Read the webpage. We don't read here.
We don't read here. Where are bomb racks located?
Vendor thing. We don't read things.
Yeah. Let's see here. Add-on Starjump. Where is the add-ons? I don't see an add-on thing, or am I just missing it completely? Oh, other. Is it still in here? Add-ons. There we go. Okay. By the way, on the new website, I do like the new website a lot. There's some things I would definitely change on it, though. Just heads up. By the way, I probably will buy the Scorpius blades. The Scorpius is a ship I'm planning on re-getting this IAE. This Invictus. I'm very excited to eventually get the turret blades, and if that comes eventually, then the Scorpius will be my main fighter, I think. So here we go. The Scorpius has a weapon kit, that missile launcher turret. Pretty cool. Also flight blades for that. The flight blades are $18 and $22. Ooh, it's a little bit expensive for what I thought they were going to cost. I thought there was going to be more like $5 or $10. But you do get a Nightbreaker paint with it, so that's kind of cool. I like that they're including the paints with these kits. That's kind of cool. Nightbreak paint, South missile turret. See, I might have to get that. Damn it. There's too much cool stuff. Okay, so here's the bomb racks. There's a 2-pack and a 4-pack and a 6-pack. Interesting. Okay, so let's look at the 4-pack here. How does this work? So this kit includes 4 size 3 CST-313 Castillo bomb racks for a variety of ships, compatible with the Aegis Avenger. Okay, so it's compatible with those specific ships. Banu Defender, Mercury, the Crusader Mercury, Drake Buccaneer, Talon, Freelancer, Misk Reliant. So make sure before you buy these, you check to make sure the ship is on there that you want. So I guess these just allow you to carry bombs on there. Size 3 bombs. That's really interesting. So that means a lot of ships are going to turn into bombers. I mean, the Crusader Mercury Star Runner is one of them. That is really interesting. Caloran flight blades alter your avionics, so they allow you to turn faster, go faster in a straight line. So, for example, if I look at this Redeemer flight blades kit, comes with 2 different flight blades, and one allows you to essentially maneuver faster. The other one's going at a higher rate of speed. So, think of them as like add-ons for those ships. They say here, here's the Tumbrel Nova weapon kit. For those curious about that, the Tumbrel Nova, if I can say it right, Tumbrel Nova weapon kit comes with the new ballistic Gatling gun for the tank. You can see that here. There we go. This is really bringing on a new level of modularity for vehicles in a way. That's definitely interesting. So $15 for that gun. See, this is what's weird to me. The gun add-on for the tank is $15, but then some of these some of the flight blades are cheaper. Wow, there really are different prices. So the Scorpius one is $18 and $22, but the MPUV one is $8 and $10.
Sorry. Did that say an MPUV flight blade?
Yeah, MPUV flight blade. Yeah, you can get the
I'm
kit.
trying to imagine how you would improve on the perfection that is the MPUV.
I know. They have one for the C8 series, the Aero series, the Aero, the Scorpius. I'll probably get the Scorpius stuff, to be kind of honest with you, just pre-planning that the Scorpius will play a large role. The Hammerhead is a big one. That's the biggest ship that'll get these flight blades. Gladius Avenger series. Again, these will roll out for all ships eventually, people. One thing they really may need to do, though, is figure out a better way of displaying all this stuff, because, oh my God, it's so much to sort of look through. I guess you can look it up by ship, though, right? So Scorpius, yep, you can. Okay, so that helps. So for the flight blade kit and the turret kit is something I'll probably get. That's, yeah, interesting. There we go. So, what are your thoughts about the MTC though? Do you have any plans on picking that up in game or out of game or anything like that?
I personally, no need.
Yeah, same.
It fills an interesting niche.
Yeah,
it's for the small 1 or 2 player support.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure who that would appeal to. I'm willing to, if anyone is interested in getting it, I'd love to hear from you. You know, why you're getting it, what you're looking forward to in it.
Yeah,
it's not a bad thing. And I'm sure it's gonna have its nice function as, like, if you're looting.
Yeah.
Bunker runs and want to loot.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, everybody. It's time to do that giveaway. What do you say? Should we do a giveaway today? We should. Okay, if you're on YouTube, the link pinned to the top of the chat is where you leave your comment. Just hi, goodbye, hello, whatever you want to say. Make sure you do that now, because we'll be giving away, or we'll be pulling the winner from there in just a minute. For those of you on Twitch, it's exclamation ticket or exclamation ticket space max. Going to bring this over real quick, everybody. We have 42 tickets. We are going to give this Idris poster away. Now, here's how it works. I'm going to take the winner from Stream Elements. I'm going to take the winner from YouTube. We're going to put your name in the wheel of names. Okay, and then I'll do the wheel of names drawing, and then that is essentially who will win the poster. Okay, I probably won't process the poster until after Invictus, and if you're the person on YouTube that wins, you will need to contact me through Discord DM. And on Twitch, if it's the Twitch person that wins the poster, I will whisper you on Twitch and get your shipping information. Okay. Here we go. Again, let me show the poster for those that forgot what it looks like. That is the poster right there. It is the Idris M cutaway of it. No, we cannot sell these, by the way, everyone. Unfortunately, out of respect for CIG and their IP, we can only do these for giveaways, and that's the way we are going to do it, and that's the way we've always done it. So, but there'll be plenty of chances to win this type of stuff. If you ever go to Quantum 2955 in Las Vegas on July 12th. I will be there. I'll be doing a panel discussion, and I will have these posters physical that you can get from the event. So, VM, are you guys going there?
Quick shout out.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
I believe, when is it? you mentioned Quantum, and there is an event going on this weekend soon. Con 42 over in Germany.
Con 42, that's right. That is in Germany. Yeah, big one.
Audience who will plan on being there.
Cool.
JRDF, we will have 2 of our JDRF. Say it here. JRDF members there, Darjanator and Steel Mary.
Very cool.
With a few really cool models.
Awesome.
So, none of the cutaway posters, but if you're going to be there, keep an eye out for them. Make sure they're behaving.
Yeah. Always cool to see the models up close to if you have never seen them in person. That's all it took for me, and then I bought the Carrick one. So when you see it in person, it's like must have it, So all right, everybody, we're gonna do the stream elements one first here. I'm gonna close the giveaway in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Giveaway is closed. 53 entries, 410 tickets purchased. Drawing a winner now. And that winner is Cal Doom. Cal Doom, are you in chat? Let me know if you're in chat, Cal Doom. It does help if you are in chat. Cal Doom is here. Cal Doom, are you here? Cal Doom, Cal Doom, Cal Doom. Since they are here, whether they're paying attention or not, I'm going to put their name in there because I can always whisper them. It's always easy to find the Twitch people. So Cal Doom is in there. We've got him in the wheel of names. Cal Doom, hopefully you are paying attention. I want you to get this poster. All right, we're going to go. Oh, there's Cal Doom. Cal Doom, congratulations. We got you in the wheel of names now to win the Idris poster. We are now going to go over to Comment Shark here, and we're going to pull the, we're going to set an advanced option. We're going to do for today. The start time today for the stream was 10:45. There we go, a.m. Okay, locked in. And we are going to pick a random comment. Hopefully you got your comments in, everybody. Remember on YouTube, if you win the Wheel of Names draw, you're going to have to contact me through DM on Discord, okay? Because I have to verify you, okay? Here we go. Picking a random comment. It is Kohai VR. Kohai VR. Kohai VR, are you there? Kohai VR, say hello if you were there. 2K names today. Kohai VR. Stand by. Stand by, everybody. Okay, Cal Doom for sure. We got you locked down. Very nice. Let's see. Let's give Kohai VR another second. I actually have found their user. Kohai, there's Kohai right there. There's Kohai. Yep, I can see. There's your channel, Kohai. Remember, if you win the Wheel of Names, you will need to contact me via Discord DM, okay? Bob Smith saying rigged. Absolutely, Bob Smith. You know that's how we do here, Starjump. Rigged everything. Here we go. Let's spin the Wheel of Names. Congratulations to whoever wins. Here we go. And kaboom. Yeah, Kohai, definitely send me a DM on Discord regardless. Definitely. And there you go. All righty. Kohai, congratulations. You won the Idris cutaway poster. Very, very cool. Congratulations. Thank you very much, Cal Doom. Sorry it didn't work out this time, but keep watching, keep playing. We're gonna have it. We're gonna have it happen many times. Kohai, make sure you reach out to me. Cal Doom, I am writing your name down though. I'm going to whisper you. I want to try to do something for the runner-up people. So, yeah, whisper me. Here's my name. Here I am. Whisper me, Cal Doom. We'll see. Maybe we can get you set up with something, such as maybe with a digital version or something. Okay. So there we go. Really appreciate everybody. It was a fun show today. I do need to figure out someone to raid, and I'm going to send you over. You know what? I'm going to send you over to, Rhino just subscribed 4 months in a row. Thank you very much, Rhino. Thank you, by the way, everybody, for the donations today. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. I'm going to send you all over to, let's see here. Bear with me, everybody. Bear with me. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I'm going to send you all over to, I'm going to send you over to this dude. Nice guy. I talked to him the other day. Always a friendly face. Always great to see him and hear from him. He was over on the AMD channel the other day. He streams from there. But I'm going to send him a little bit of Starjump love. I hope you will all send him a lot of Starjump love. Everybody, do not forget tonight at 8:30 p.m. we'll be doing Starjump Station. Ender will be on. VM, you are welcome to join us if you want. Just let me know. And we're going to go and break down everything of Invictus, give our sort of assessment after the fact, after we've been able to marinate in it for a bit, okay? So that's what we're going to do. All right. Here we go, everybody. We are going to raid. Oops, wait a minute. No, did he go offline? It looks like he went offline. Okay. Stand by. We've got to redo this because he went offline. It happens. It happens.
How dare he?
He did. He went offline. All right, that's okay. I'm going to send you over to. I'm going to send you over to a another fellow good dude. Met him many times. I met him a few times. We're going to send you over there. I want you to give him some Starjump love, everybody. Send you over to Sigelian. Make sure you have a great rest of your day, a great first day of Invictus. The Idris has released. It's a huge deal. Let's all celebrate it as another monster ship coming off the backlog. I think we can all be excited about that. VM, have a great rest of your day. Let me know if you want to come on later. Would love to have you. If not, it's been fun. All right, everybody. You know what I'm going to say. As Idris always says, as Ender always says, oh my God. Tavir, thank you for the follow. As Ender always says, do something kind for a stranger. Have a